Hey, team. All right, you guys. So we are going to start a game that's going to take us a little while. It's got some levels and layers and things. But it's a really cool challenge. It's really fun. It really highlights our throwing. And then it does actually include a lot of catching, too. But it is a team game, and it takes a little bit to learn. So your guest coach today is going to help you guys set this game up. So this game is called Ghost Town. Now, before we start the game, we have to learn how the game looks and how it's set up before we even play. So that's going to be a lot of our challenge today. Now, I do have some slides after this video that your guest coach will kind of help you understand. But here's the biggest thing to know. You guys know that our gym is split up. Well, it's a big rectangle, right? Like think of our track. It's a big rectangle. There's a line in the middle of the gym, and we call that the midline. And that kind of creates the rectangle and splits it in half into two separate squares. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it easy. So depending on where your dot spot is, that's what team you're going to be on. Okay, so think about splitting the gym in half, two different squares. Wherever your dot spot is, that's the team you're going to be on. So the first thing to understand is like you have to stay on that side. Okay, so if that's your side, that's where you play and move. Now, if you are in the middle, like if your dot spot's on the midline, because I know some of you do have a dot spot there, your guest coach can help you just divide up evenly. Okay, so you'll just kind of pick a side, basically. So the first part of the game is we just need to learn how the game is set up. So the story is two teams of Ghostbusters are trying to be the best ghost-busting crew in town. And so what they'll do is every Halloween, they go to the local cemetery and they're trying to ghost bust all the different ghosts. So what we're going to do in a second is we're going to set the game up. And here's what that will look like. The first thing we need to do is set up all the gravestones and the ghosts. The gravestones are the orange buckets, and the ghosts are the pins, what we've already been using as our ghosts. When we set those up, we put the gravestones on top of dot spots. Now, that doesn't mean that's your gravestone. Doesn't mean that's your ghost if it's on your dot spot. That's not what that means. It just means that's your team. So each team has 10 gravestones with a ghost on top of each. All those gravestones are on top of what? A dot spot. We also are going to set up all the dodgeballs lined up on the midline. Okay? And like I said, I have a little slide that shows you this so you can kind of see it. So each team gets 10 gravestones, 10 ghosts, and all the dodgeballs are in the middle. Now, your guest coach will know you are ready when all that is set up and your team is laying down on the ground on your team's end line. So that means close to the wall. What we like to do in class is we put our feet against the wall, laying down on our stomach. Okay, so once your team is on your side, you're laying down on your end line, feet are touching the wall, your coach knows you're good to go. At that point, here's the job, level 1. Once the game is set up, you guys are going to try to grab a dodgeball, but you can't cross the midline, and you're trying to throw a dodgeball and knock down the other team's ghosts, not your own ghosts. You're actually trying to protect those. So this game has a couple parts. You're trying to defend your own ghosts, like block them, and you're trying to throw a dodgeball and knock down the other team's ghosts. But here's what your guest coach is going to be looking for. You can't cross the midline. Okay, you cannot cross over. So even if you grab a dodgeball, your favorite pink one, and you throw it across the midline, you can't go walk across the midline and go get that pink ball. Somebody on the other team has to throw it back. Then you can grab it. So the rule is, if you see a ball on the ground and it's on your side, you can pick it up. You can go throw it and knock down another team's ghost. Now for level 1, for today, if a ghost falls down for any reason, like a ball hits it or you accidentally knock it down, everybody say, no big deal. All you got to do is put it back up. That's it. Okay? This game will continue to build later on this week, but for now, that's what we're doing. Okay? So it's a big learning day. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and your guest coach is going to do his best to help you out. Okay? So I'm going to stop the video when your coach is ready. He'll get you set up, and he'll help you get going. Okay? Have fun, you guys, and wait for the signal.